Hey, Nate. Hello, Dee Dee. How are you guys doing? Hey, Karen. Hello, AKK. Joan, Laura, Judy Q's. All smartasses, raise your hands. Hey, Cat Nana. Yeah, we're in the cold pocket here too, Red. There's Hey, how you doing? 313. Dee Dee raised her hand. Susie Q, yep. Red raised his hand. It's a bunch of smartasses. Hey, Estelle. Hey, Fina. Well, I'm not doing it today, but I just figured out how to use my new microphone. Come here, microphone. Don't give me crap right now. My new microphone. Hello. I'm not doing it today, but I just figured it out. Looking forward to playing with my new toy. Yeah, right, Susie. Got enough dumbasses running the country. Well, quote unquote running. Hey, Anita. Happy Sunday. I don't not getting an answer on that, Janine. Right, Estelle? Oh, the family I grew up in. My dad was funny every now and then. He'd be a Weisenheimer, but not very often. I was the only smart ass in the family. Lotus Queen in the White House. Okay, so now I'm not going to be sitting here answering questions about the Olympics the whole time, but I'll answer that one. They're saying Denmark for the gold in skating. Hey, Kay, how you doing, hon? There's Miss Denise. Amy's auntie is Miss Denise. I'm all right, honey. How you doing? Well, Red's Nest, unfortunately, he's going to brag no matter what, like he was actually out there. Yeah, I used to know this person. When he talked about his football team winning, he'd say, we. And I go, dude, I didn't realize you played for the Patriots. Shouldn't be poor if you're playing for the Patriots. Pretty good. Hey, Carol from Tampa. Hello. Welcome. Hey, Deborah. 80 years today. I'm not sure who you're referring to, Miss Cam. Sorry. Little Johnson. Dee Dee, they need a bonfire of white sage in every corridor and every office, every room of the White House. I think what's going to happen there is when the Lotus Queen gets in there, that maybe probably unconsciously, they're going to feel that energy. I keep saying there's too many ways to communicate. You don't have to be in the room with somebody. There's fax machines and phones and Zoom and all kinds of stuff. He said, "Oh, okay. Thank you, dear. I don't follow." So they're saying that was an on purpose unaliving by himself. Okay, and the thing was that he did that because he was a target of racism, a lot of racism. Yeah, plus I don't watch the news. Thank you, Susie Q. I don't watch the news, so I hear what news I need to hear from other people. Hey, Tobies. Hey, Oxford. Hello. Hey, Sienna. I got to be honest, Janine, I'm not seeing her alive. And it's sad. It's too bad. But, that's going to be one of those things that causes that kind of forces people to change. Hey, Linda. Because it's senseless. Hey, Betty. So let me ask and see if Mrs. Guthrie is still breathing. No. Hey, Betty. Miss Deborah. Miss Deborah from Deborah's Blue Tarot is here. You guys say hello. I'm awake. Miss Deborah, barely. Well, if she was found, though, Estelle, her daughter wouldn't have put something out. Was it yesterday? She put out a plea to bring her mom back. So time frames are hard to nail down. Well, I did have a nice birthday. Thank you, Sienna. Missing something here. Okay, so Pat Donna's been experiencing the dizziness, the ear ringing, the sun. Well, that is part of it, the sun energy. We haven't had a timeline jump as far as I'm not feeling that. But I've been getting a lot of the Schumann's has been, oh, you should have seen it this morning. Holy smokes. Thank you, Miss Estelle. I appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Sheila. Betty's back. Can you hear me now, Betty? Oh, there it is. What did I do? Absolutely nothing. I didn't want to. My son and I ordered in the night before because it was really busy that day. But on my birthday, I made myself homemade mac and cheese. Sienna, yes, he was booed at the Olympics. He will be booed everywhere he goes. He was booed last year everywhere he went. So that is absolutely true. And he's got some excuse about how people who boo him are stupid. I saw the baby on Tuesday, actually, the day before. That's why my son and I ordered out the day before my birthday. That little noodle was over here. Yeah, I don't see. I'm not big on cooking. I don't cook on demand anymore. I cooked on demand for like 50 years. Good. I don't have to cook for anybody. It's beautiful. So when I cook, it's because I want to. Let's get that Light Sears deck out and see what's going on. Yeah, Cat Nana, they don't hide their intentions because they get away with everything. Hey, Cat. Cat the Wildcat Wrangler. Oh, that's funny. Excuse me. You got that right, Cat. It's up to us. We save ourselves. Yeah. Yeah, Miss Denise, that was beautiful. I like her. She's such a smart ass. I love her sarcasm. Yeah, we're talking about Rachel Maddow. She's hilarious. Okay, one step at a time, you guys. Just a reminder. The Hermit. Okay, here we go. Here's a question for you guys, something we can chat about. Yesterday was freaking brutal. I was so depressed. So depressed. I had to force myself to make those short videos yesterday. I had to force myself. Anybody else feeling that? A grieving? A depression? It's all the energy. We've been, as a collective, we've been letting go. Sienna, we've been letting go. Oh, thank you, Kat. Meatloaf. All right then, Miss Lori. Well, I tend to get like that in around February, which is, actually better than it used to be. It wouldn't even be October yet, and I'd start getting depressed. But I haven't had that issue in a very long time. Any depression I feel is limited, which is good. But this was brutal, and it could have been a culmination of things. But I think, the snow. It's been snowing for like 4 days. It's getting old. And I just had a day yesterday. Right, Miss Linda? Just sitting there minding your own business and then, start releasing with the tears. Wings and chili, Janine. Good for you. Chili, Janine. Janine. I was watching something, and I don't usually do the AI stuff about, like, say, people like, I don't know, where they pick a topic and say that, hold on. Say that Sylvia Brown would talk about, or Dolores Cannon. Okay. But the spirit team said to watch it. And they said something about, well, they were talking about women, but I applied to anyone. You don't have to be a woman to be empathetic. But it gave me a different spin on why some of us choose, because we're all just so, we're paying off karmic debt. And that was the closest reasoning I could find behind why I chose such a crappy life. you know, not now, but I mean, growing up and well into adulthood and well into my late 50s. And it gave me a different perspective, that it's not necessarily about clearing up karmic debt or learning old lessons. I think that's part of it. But that we chose families, many of us, that were unavailable emotionally and saw emotion as weakness. Okay. And what happened was we learned how to read the room. Well, I don't read the room that great, but energetically I can. But we learned how to read energy. We got very good at reading energy. And that can be one reason why we chose hard lives. Yep, Miss Janine, sorry. Going to be more snow for New York City. Mother Earth is readjusting herself. And we're trying to, us humans and Mother are trying to get on the same vibration. Kay's been hearing and seeing spirits around her the past couple of days. Yeah, that happens. The energy, I'm telling you, the Schumans were out of control. Past 3 days. Political, Miss Cat. Yes, ma'am. Okay, let's send some good juju to Miss Susie, Mod Mox Goods, for her shoulder pain. Oh, thanks for hitting the thumbs up, you guys. Okay, my son's getting the grocery delivery. Okay, 5 to 7 inches. That's about what we might have. About that, 5 to 7 inches, Miss Laurie. Hey, Gakanda. All right, Susie Q sending love and light to the world every 10 seconds a day. Picking 5 things you're grateful for each day. Oh, thank you, Amy Zonsky. All right, prayers for Mary Avila's friend, Claire. Sounds like neuropathy. Yeah, we just want a little sun here in New York State, Kat. I mean, the sky's blue. It's cloudy, but it's blue mostly for the most part. It's the snow. I'm just sick of looking at it. Pinched nerve and bad arthritis, yeah. Well, that arthritis, well, yeah, it'll mess with your nerves. About March. Lori says she's done with winter by March. I'm done with it now. I'm actually done with it on the 1st of January. So Sienna is watching entertainment with Black people. It is Black History Month, you guys. Yeah, my neuropathy is not going anywhere. Mine is from diabetes. What's that? We have the 7 of Pentacles, my favorite card in this deck. See the seeds? We're seeing results. We're just not seeing them as fast as we want. I heard Florida got snow, Miss Lori. Haven't seen. I hear about Washington, but honestly, there were what do you call it? Oh, geez, I can't remember the word. They did some statistics. Oh, thank you, Susie Q. Thank you for supporting the channel. Anywho, they did some check on the statistics between Rochester and say Seattle. They said there was no difference. It's dark and gloomy here often. Well, and Lake Ontario is huge. I have one of those lamps, Miss Anita. I don't use it that often because I don't feel depressed that often, but honestly, it was so bright it hurt my eyeballs. I tend to watch, I put on, and I'm not a big, I actually have a fear of natural bodies of water, but I will watch YouTube videos of beaches with palm trees. Sunny and windy. Yeah, it's been windy. I don't know about any other state, Miss Janine, but it's been windy here. I could do 65, Linda. Is it Mardi Gras? I'd like to go sometime, but I don't like crowds. I'd have to see. Emily understands it's not just her husband. Barbara said is hated. Yeah, I don't think she cares, Sienna. I don't think Scumlania cares. Thank you, Miss Linda. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thanks, Marnetta. It is 8 degrees here or less. We have our strength card, you guys. Yeah, I'd like to try some authentic Cajun food. I don't know if my stomach's going to deal with that. I love hot food. I love spicy food. I don't think my tummy's going to deal with that. A whole 10 degrees, huh, Mary? Oh, Vegas is the app. Yes, Vegas is suffering. But it's not suffering as much or as quickly as you think, because there's a lot going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. A lot of connections between political figures and big business. Nice, Sienna. Didn't something happen in Santa Ana, Sienna? Something happened that was in the news. All right, Kakanda. Egro said, Oh, you can't give that to the puppies. Egro. The chariot use guys. I'm moving through chaos. Put the blinders on. Just look at what's in front of us. Yes, Miss Anita, I would assume. This is why people are going to Substack, by the way. And I got to be honest with you, I'm not necessarily trusting Substack either. I really try to use my code words there too. I'd like to get on a platform where I don't have to use code words, where I could actually speak English. But I don't trust it because they say, oh yeah, hook yourself right up to YouTube. Put the video you just made here on YouTube. I'm not dumb. That says something to me. At this point, I don't trust any social media platform not to cave. I don't trust it. No, I see E group. Seven of Swords. Allegedly stealing something that doesn't belong to them. Two of Pentacles, finding balance. Page of Wands, bring forth a message. Janine, he's not going to jail. I'm uploading a video after this that talks about why people aren't in a legal sense, why people aren't going to be charged with anything, or what it would take for them to be charged with something. Well, again, Oxford, you're cleansing and releasing. You're grieving. Okay, so will Rumpros be out of office in the next couple of months? That is the Nine of Pentacles. That would be a yes card. Yeah, I don't know if it might be shadow work for you, Oxford. Yeah. A lot of people doing shadow work. A lot of Pluto action going on for me with the bringing up old crap. There'll be some type of justice, Cat Nana, just not our justice. You know, not for nothing. Maybe our justice isn't that great after all. There's other ways to get justice. Well, a bunch of buffoons decided it would be a great idea to make him immune from any type of crimes. And people go, why is he allowed to make money? Because he's immune. That's why. But again, if Biden or Obama did that, holy crap. They'd have been impeached and kicked out. Yeah, Stella, it's what I'm getting like 40, 50 years ago. That's that stuff that's way down deep in there. It's okay. You know what I say, just feel it. Feel it. So look it right in the eye and feel it and accept that you feel it. And as soon as you do that, it starts to dissipate. The Deuce Canoe and the Kangaroo Court. Energy for Jasmine Crockett winning. Let's see. The problem there is that misinformation, that the bashing. This is why Kamala Harris doesn't say anything. Oh, Anita, a millionaire, holding an expensive wedding for his daughter. That's takes all kinds. Yes, Susie, she does have to be quiet. Yes, she's meticulous. She knows what she's doing. Yeah, Susie Q. I don't think there's that many Dems that know, because I'm sorry and I don't want to hear this either, but the Democrats are controlled just as much as the Republicans. Okay, this is why they don't step up and do anything. Page of Swords. Information brings clarity or truth. Yeah, all about money. Yeah, and for a lot of them, Lori, it's about not going to jail too. Yes, Janine, that was the dumbest thing I have ever heard of in my entire life. Giving him immunity. That was the dumb, because in the long run, they screw themselves. Because nobody trusts them. This is why people are leaving. Or we're not gonna run again. We're not gonna, or we're gonna leave our position early. Those are the people that's either two things happening there. Either they're smart enough to get out before they're eyeballed and kicked out for these documents, or because they're like, no, I'm not dealing with these people anymore. I'm not doing this, because they can't win. Plain and simple, they just can't win. Oh, Rumpros needs to be in a straitjacket, same BS. Listen, all of this stuff that culminates is it's affecting his health big time. And one of these days, his heart's just gonna stop. His heart's just gonna stop. Yeah, exactly, Susie Q. He can't stand the stress of being ostracized. He can't stand the stress of, he knows that whoever put him in there doesn't want him in there anymore. And we know who put him in there. I owe Susie Q. Jinx, a Coke. All I'm going to say is he brings that on himself. All of these people think that they are invincible because they never pay a consequence. Oh, Kat, I bet you he would, if he went to prison, I bet you he would be able to buy somebody off to get his friggin' McDonald's. Don't get me started. Absolutely, Susie Q. We do need the chaos. Okay, Susie, if you're still here, you leaving us? Ugh, 2 swords. Taking the blindfold off and seeing the truth, making a choice. She has a scale tattooed on her arm. Yeah, I think they know he's spending all the money. That's okay. He's not going to have he's not going to have a lot of that. The Trump estate assets will be frozen. Robert Kraft. Yeah, well, if he had any type of sense or morals, he would step down. Right. Oh, thank you, Miss Jane. That makes more sense. Well, his Miss Jane, his energy, and I said that, and I got a lot of guff about it months ago, that his energy is dwindling. Okay, this is the problem. Okay, Rump Roast was named, okay, several times, hundreds of times. He's in there. Doesn't mean squat until somebody acts on it, because he was part of trafficking children, and it was an international crime. Doesn't mean anything. All that information doesn't mean anything. His name could be in there 5,000 times, and it doesn't mean anything unless they do something. Sienna wants to know how many names President Clinton will drop regarding the empty files. Okay, what I'm hearing is that it's not so much that he's dropping names, but they're asking questions about the people who are named. Well, Sheila, yeah, I mean, they're sitting right there watching him decline. And nobody says anything about the 25th Amendment. I love those videos You must impeach him now. Because some senator or congressperson decide, oh yes, well you did this and you did that, and they call them out. Doesn't mean anything. You can call them out all day, 6 ways to Sunday. It does, but it doesn't mean anything until somebody acts on it. Yeah, Cat, now that's what I said. It was his idea. He gave the idea to Epi. I see him giving out names if they ask, Lori. I just don't think that they need him to. Congress has the files, the unredacted files. Is Rumpel's gonna pardon his band of deplorable? You mean the Glacier Gang there? He's not going to be around long enough to be able to, honey. Before the DOJ released those files, the files were given to Congress. Oh yes, Miss Anita, I would think so. With the money laundering, they got to put the money they made from trafficking somewhere, right? Whoa. Well, Amy's auntie, wait till you see the video on Evie today. Why is it taking so long to release all the files? Because they don't want to release them. And there's too many things involved, too many people involved, hundreds of people. And I mean in the government hiding this. Ooh, be careful, Susie. I don't even want to go out. ICE took a 2-year-old. When was this, Miss Anita? Well, Sheila, yeah, I mean, Spirit Team said that the funding for, I actually wrote that down. I was supposed to read on it. I'm not sure if I ever did. But the DHS funding, it wasn't it didn't clear for as much as they wanted it to. So let the Proud Boys just be nasty for the sake of being nasty. That's who they are. It's really what I should be named is the Proud Boys. Yeah, Amy's auntie, I've got 3. I already recorded. I have to put them up. I've heard that too, Mega, as MEGA, folks. Miss Karen, I heard that too. Like, people do not make any sense. Yeah, Karen, it's like the ultimate betrayal. Betrayal is the word that's coming up for you. Betrayal. You know, Hispanic people in ICE, sending Hispanic people in ICE to another country, deporting them. That it's like, okay, is it your turn yet? Because damn. Gene, what are they doing with the Medicaid money? Keeping it? Seriously. It's not just about funding ICE, it's about putting it in their pockets. Remember when he was in for about a month and he went around bragging about all the money he and his friends made that day off the country? Yeah, other countries, Miss Anita, that's the way this is going down. Or in states. Okay, New York State is a big piece of this. Because Letitia James doesn't play around. Kind of cracked me up when a creator, oh, Pam Bondi's in the files. And I'm like, no shit. Really? We knew that. We knew she was in the files. Well, the thing about that, Sienna, is if we focus on, I mean, we're talking here for an hour. That's one thing, but we don't need to be focusing on what we're talking about all day, right? We remove our energy from it. That's the only way. We don't send energy to it because it just builds it up more. So we take our energy from it and focus on what we're doing right this minute. Thank you, Amy's auntie. Oh, Anita, I believe it too. In some way, shape, or form, yes, that money is in his pocket. You know who I knew was a dirty you know what? Dr. Oz. I knew he was a dirty you know what. And guess who's in cahoots with Rob Roast? He's going to sell medications. Yep, Cat Nana. Like everything else, cover-ups. Yeah, personally, I think that offshore accounts should be illegal for United States citizens anyway. Just saying. Him too, Oxford, Dr. Phil. Now they're saying Oprah's in there. I got to see that. It wouldn't surprise me, but I want to see that. Okay, that's right, Betty. You know, and I think in March we're going to start our law of attraction classes. So you write down what you want, but we don't go, oh, I want him out of there. No, we got to back up the train there. We don't say anything about what we don't want. We don't point our energy towards what we don't want, or the thing that we don't want, even if it's, oh, we want him out of there. Okay, it doesn't work because we're still pointing our energy towards him. Instead of that, we say we want her in there. That's all we have to say. We want her in there. I get a comment from the same person over and over about he needs to be gone. Okay, well, that's putting our energy towards him, not away from him. That's true, but we don't want to focus on that. His rhinestone eyeglasses, Amy's empty. That's funny. I've not had the pleasure of seeing those. I think I'm all right if I never do. Right, her in. Not him out, her in. Point that focus right on her. Start writing down what it is that we want our government to look like in the most positive way. What do we want to experience? Right? What do I call her? Bleach Blondie? Yeah. Power corrupts, right? Doesn't have to. Doesn't corrupt everyone who's powerful. Money's power, and power corrupts because people allow it to corrupt them. Because they hang out with people like Rub Roast or Teal or the Space Cadet. Right, there you go, Cat Nano. Okay, well there you go, Miss Lori. That's we want to spin that. We don't say what we don't want is the felon for our president. We only talk about what we do want. Hey, Jonda. How you doing, honey? Absolutely right, Kakana. Power corrupts because people allow it to happen. Indirectly, the orange ball of lard is draining the swamp eventually, yeah. And he's trying to do just the opposite. Well, we're going to wait for the midterms, and I think it'll make a difference, but I don't think it'll make that much. I'm just being honest. There needs to be a huge overturning, a huge switch out, a huge changeover in Congress. Huge. All right, Miss Susie, thanks for showing up, hon. Congress is told what to do. Right, Miss Anita. Everybody vote in the primaries. Anything but Republican. Even if it's independent or progressive. I prefer if they put down progressive Democrat on their list. Mail-in ballots. See, I don't trust that either, Susie Q, because people were reading the ballots and throwing out bags full, thousands. of votes for Kamala Harris. They were throwing them out, burning them, throwing them in dumpsters, throwing them in rivers and oceans. That's what they were doing. Yeah, I'm going to go in person too, Lori. Hey, Lisa, did I miss you? I'm sorry, hon. All right. All right, Karen. Have at that vote. How is Tim Walls? Tim Walls is busy. What do I think about dissolving Congress? Personally, I don't think that's a great idea. We need a changeover. My state does not require ID, which is weird. It should. That bothered me when I went down there. And they said, well, you don't need your ID. I said, really? I don't trust that. Because in 2020, I needed my ID. All of a sudden, I didn't need it. All right. Go Seahawks. We feel like if we just get rid of all the bad actors, that everything will be fine. The problem there is that more bad actors will replace the other bad actors. That's not because that's not taking care of the problem. The problem is the illegal stuff they do, the manipulation, the allowing themselves to be bought off, allowing themselves to be threatened. Well, not for nothing. If you weren't doing stuff you weren't supposed to be doing, you wouldn't have to worry about being threatened. How about that? All right, you guys, I'm going to let you have at it for 15 minutes or so. I have one more video to make. Well, I'm going to make one for Soulful Psychic. So there will be 3 videos on Healing Truth Tarot and one regular old, take a deep breath, no politics involved on Soulful Psychic. And that link for that channel is in the description box. Thanks for showing up, you guys. MLMB. Wait, all the hearts. All right. Bye.